What's good? It is your boy Bake. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going over how to find your defensive settings. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about it. But before we do that, spam up the lockdown gang in the comments below. Alright, y'all. So today, I know a lot of you guys be like, man, what's the difference between 100 and 0? And if you haven't watched my previous video, be sure to check that out on the best defensive settings for NBA 2K22 Next Gen. I really truly feel like the settings I use and that tips from that video is going to help you. I'm going to help you a lot. But this video right here is to help you identify what is the best settings for you. How do you find the best defensive settings for you? And I'm going to give you some tips. All right, 3 major tips that you can utilize to help you identify the best settings for you. All right, number 1, you got to ask yourself, are you highly aggressive with moving your left stick? All right, are you highly aggressive with moving your left stick? All right, are you a left stick demon? What that means, do you move your left stick a lot? Like, just a lot, and it's overly aggressive, like you be moving it left, right, here and there. If you are one of those players, I will highly encourage you to make sure you have a higher defensive assist setting for you, because you're going to be out of position 95% of the time because you're moving your left stick too much. Okay, you're moving your left stick too much. If you are someone who don't move their left stick that much, then the lower sensitivity would be better for you, because you're doing micromanaging. You're not going to overextend yourself. You're not going to be overusing the defense. You're going to be pretty much playing good defense per se. You're going to be staying in front of your opponent. Now I get it, but just know that playing online is different than playing offline. So you have to figure out what settings work best for you in either setting. Like, online would be different than offline, okay? Because the latency, the servers, we already know 2K is just not good. It's not optimized, man. It's just not. Maybe it's better on the PlayStation and Xbox. It just be bad. It's stuttery, laggy, all that stuff. Number 2, you got to ask yourself, do you favor more defensive animations or more control? That's one thing you gotta ask yourself. If you favor more defensive animations, then you want to have your defensive settings at a little bit higher, right? You want to, the higher you are, the more defensive animations you get, but the less control you have. The lower you are, the less defensive animations you get, but the more control you are. I don't understand why you can't have more control and more defensive animation. I don't get why the game is like it is on defense. Like, for offense, there's no settings that say, hey, you take this off, you're gonna have more control of your dribbling. You just get more control of your dribbling. That's the issue with the defense. Like, even in that aspect, we have to decide, do we want the computer help or do we want our help? If we want our help, then we don't get no love on the defensive animations, and you get a lot more blow-bys. You don't get no body ups. It's just bad. On this game, I was playing at 100 defensive assists because I was just playing, and I'll show you a video just breaking down 100. What happens when you play on 100 defensive assists? It's not fun. I'll just put it that way. You move like you're in mud. I'm just calling space, but you move literally like you're in mud, like super duper mud, man. And it was so hard to control my player. Like, I want to move, but he didn't move. I just don't know why we can't play defense like bots. Yeah, I know the defense from the AI is just impeccable. It's impeccable. AI defense is impeccable. It's impeccable. But we can't play like them. We don't have no controller like them. We don't get to get body ups like them. We don't get to do a lot of stuff like them. We don't get to do a lot of stuff, and it's tough. Super duper tough. Now, more control comes with more responsibility. So when you have it lower, you're going to have a lot of control, but you're not going to get no defensive animations, and you have more control over your movement. So every little thing matters. Every move matters. This dude right here is playing some good defense. I'm going to call it spade a spade. It was laggy. It was hella slow. I felt slow in there. I don't know why, but it was real slow. This dude was able to, you know, do what he needed to do. He was playing some good defense right there. Now, my last and final tip that's going to help you improve your defense to make you a better defender and find the right settings for you. Simple tip is this. You have to figure out your preference. You have to figure out your preference. What do you prefer? I would tell you to do this. This is how I find the best defensive assist for me. And I hope this can help you. You start from high to low. So I would say you don't want to start at 100. But if you want to, just for the sake of it, start at 100. Start at 100. Play defense with 100 defensive assists. Then drop it down 5 increments, or you can do 10 increments. And get to where you find your happy medium, right? And I would tell you to do this on top of that. Bonus tip. Figure out which one works better offline and which one you have for online, because your offline can be different than your online, because you have to plan for latency. You have to plan for delay. You have to plan for other things that's out of your control. So you have to understand which one do you prefer, you know what I mean? And how you want to do that is by starting from 100 and going all the way down to 0 dang near, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because my defensive assist is not your defensive assist. What works for me may not work for you. So I don't tell you to put 15 on. I don't tell you to put 10 on. I don't tell you to put 30 on. At the end of the day, you have to find what works best for you. And when you find what works best for you, then it will help your defense out tremendously when you find what works best for you. So to sum up everything, to come back to a nutshell, number one, the first thing you have to identify is what kind of defender are you? Are you a left stick demon? Do you move your left stick a lot? If you do, watch some of my defensive tutorials to help you with not moving your left stick. Number two, do you want more defensive animations with less control, or do you want more control with less defensive animations? You got to ask yourself that. That is important. I just had to say that 3 times to let you know it's important to know. And then last but not least, start with 100, go down to whatever one that works best for you. All right. And it's okay, bonus tip, to have 2 different types of defensive assists. And you can even work into, you have multiple ones for different game modes. 1-on-1 has a different latency. Park have a different latency. Pro-Am have a different latency. Rec have a different latency. So find which one works best. And even every one of those modes, I wish we can turn that into a loadout per se, a setting loadout, but you can't do it. Something they can do, or they just take it completely out and just give us the damn animations with the control. I don't even know why they have this in the game. This is how you know the defense in this game is not good, because on offense, there's the offensive dribbling assists. There's none of that. But in 2K, for the defense, there's a defense and assist that's don't make no dang sense. So that's how you know the defense ain't what it is. And you're gonna see me choke this game. But I hope these tips worked out for you. How to find the best defensive settings. Try these 3 things out and let me know in the comments if that worked out for you. Wednesday, we're dropping the ultimate defensive tutorial video for you guys. I hope you guys are ready for that. I'm going to go over a breakdown. What do you need to do? How do you need to get right? How do you need to get better? All right, we're going to go step by step, and then we're going to start doing the advanced tutorials where we're showing you the joystick and how I play defense out here. I love y'all. Live life, stress, that's rocking. One of the best. Without God, my life would be a mess. Take care of yourself. Peace.